Hello and welcome to NDTV. I'm Ankit Tyagi. ISRO signed off 2024 in style. India has successfully launched space docking, in fact, a space milestone for India, key step in space exploration. Now, this is a big achievement for ISRO. ISRO launches SpaDeX mission to test space docking. This maneuver of the docking is going to take place on January 7th. So now all eyes after the successful launch is on January 7th. Union Minister Jitendra Singh has hailed ISRO's latest achievement.
I'm really happy to announce the successful accomplishment of the launch of PSLV C60 for the SpaDeX mission. The rocket has placed the satellites in the right orbit, which is 475 kilometer circular orbit. Spacecraft is also going to wait for the solar panel deployment. So the team spacecraft is looking at whether the panels are deployed or not. So we'll get a confirmation soon. So as far as we are concerned, the mission is very well as far as the rocket is concerned. So it has placed the satellite in the right orbit. The SpaDeX 2 satellites are moved. You would have seen in the animation that they moved little one behind the other. So over the period of time, for the days, it will pick up further distance, travel to almost a 20 kilometer distance away. And then the rendezvous and docking process will start. And we hope that the docking process can happen in another 1 week. The nominal time is going to be approximately 7th of January.
The night sky over Sriharikota was lit up when the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle on its 62nd mission correctly placed the space docking experiment of the Indian Space Research Organization in a great circular orbit. The chairman of ISRO, Dr. S. Somnath, announced that they had gotten the right orbit. The space docking experiment is a very important learning step for ISRO, since this is the step which is required for the next stages of India's space program. Chandrayaan-4, the making of the Bharatiya Antariksh Station, and for sending an Indian on the moon. Space docking is a very important learning step. In space docking, like today, SpaDeX A and SpaDeX B, 2 satellites have been sent in space. Around the first week of January, those 2 satellites will be brought together, mated together in the vacuum of space, both traveling at about 10 times the speed of a bullet, and then they will be undocked. But space docking is just one part of this mission. The last stage of the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, which usually becomes space debris, is also being used as a space lab or a sky lab. 24 experiments from ISRO institutions, from startups, and from academic institutions have been placed on the 4th stage of the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. And they will do their experiments. For the first time, India has sent live organisms into space. Cowpea seeds, spinach, and gut bacteria. Live biology, life science experiments being conducted by India for the first time. But the big event of this mission would be to look forward to the docking of 2 satellites in space by India. Till date, only Russia, America, and China have perfected space docking. India will attempt that in the new year. A great launch from Sriharikota when the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle lit up the skies over Sriharikota and placed the satellites in the right orbit. In New Delhi, Pallav Bagla for NDTV.
Now, in Hyderabad Formula E case, in fact, which is going to be heard in the High Court on Tuesday, High Court, in fact, is going to hear the quash petition filed by former Minister and Working President of BRS, K.T. Ramarao. The High Court's interim order to not arrest K.T. Ramarao expires tomorrow. Meanwhile, Telangana Assembly has passed a resolution for Bharat Ratna to Dr. Manmohan Singh. KTR has also reacted. He's the working president of the BRS and has said that he supports the government in this endeavor.
आप बिजनेस कर लो, आप पिक्चर निकालो, पैसे कमाओ, सरकार से इंसेंटिव्स ले लो, सब्सिडीज ले लो, स्पेशल प्रिविलेज शूटिंग के लिए जो होना है वो मांगो, मगर किसी का हत्या होने के बाद, किसी का जान चलाने के
Now, a decision on regular bail to actor Allu Arjun has been postponed to next Friday. This even as Andhra Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan said Revanth Reddy's government has done nothing wrong with respect to the film industry. The actor, politician who is related to Allu Arjun has not met the Pushpa star after this episode earlier this month.
Andhra Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan has supported the stand taken by Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy in the actor Allu Arjun episode. The former actor, whose brother Chiranjeevi is the uncle of Allu Arjun, has so far not met the Pushpa star in the last 3 weeks, nor did he issue any statement on the issue.
Even if it is me who would have done the same thing, without a doubt. He's Revanth Reddy. It is not who you are, it is what happened through you. And sometimes you want to send a message.
Pawan Kalyan said unlike the YSRCP, Revanth Reddy had always supported the film industry and had responded appropriately following the stampede. He said the law is equal for all and the police had rightly prioritized public safety. Film is a collaborative effort and therefore Allu Arjun cannot be held solely responsible for what happened. He felt the theatre management should have apprised the actor about the situation and also that Allu Arjun's family should have reacted and proactively approached the victim's family much earlier. On Monday morning, producer Dil Raju met Pawan Kalyan seeking permission for promotional events in Vijayawada and to increase ticket rates for his Sankranti release film Game Changer, starring Ram Charan. This even as the Nampalli courts postponed to January 3 the plea of Allu Arjun seeking regular bail. The Pushpa 2 actor is on interim bail for 4 weeks till January 10. In Hyderabad with camera person Nagraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
Politics heats up over the alleged sexual assault in Anna University campus in Chennai. From actor Vijay to Tamil Nadu BJP chief, everyone is making a beeline to meet the governor over women's safety. This as a team of the National Commission for Women has begun its probe on the campus.
A team from the National Commission for Women on a fact-finding mission at Anna University, a week after a woman student was sexually assaulted on the campus of this eminent institution. The team also met the governor.
आयोग से टीम बना करके हम लोग आए हैं और आ करके हम लोगों ने 4 आदमी की कमेटी बना करके हम लोगों ने सारा रिपोर्ट लिया और रिपोर्ट लेने के बाद गवर्नर साहब को भी हमने अपना जो फंडिंग आया वो दिया है। मैंने जो पाया यूनिवर्सिटी की कमी, पुलिस की कमी, व्यवस्था की कमी, उसको मैंने गवर्नर के पास रखा है।
Mounting pressure on the ruling DMK on law and order, TVK chief actor Vijay urged Governor R.N. Ravi to ensure law and order and women's safety in Tamil Nadu. In a letter addressed to women in the state, Vijay, who's set to contest 2026 elections, said he is distressed. Police detained many of his cadre who distributed his letter to women. The issue has brought the opposition on the same page. The AIUDMK took to the streets.
DMK and the police are hell-bent to save the real culprits behind this. Only one is being caught. And the court has come down heavily on the commissioner. How come you decide it is only one person? Since BJP and DMK are hand in glove with an alliance now, and they don't want the truth to be unveiled any further. And blatant statements and remarks by MK Stalin stating that he will safeguard women and children is a laughable stock.
Police has arrested 37-year-old biryani seller, a history sheeter. The Madras High Court has constituted an all-women special investigation team.
The government, which has swiftly acted, arrested the culprit, and has imprisoned him as per the constitution and the law of the land, despite reassurance from the government and the commissioner having an elaborative press meet on what has happened. Just because there is a word called sir which has been lied by the accused to the victim, they are utilizing that sentence out of nowhere and trusting the accused in this matter and making a big political issue out of nothing.
The sexual assault has no doubt shaken up Tamil Nadu, raising questions on women's safety, embarrassing the ruling DMK. For the opposition, the issue has turned into a political fodder. But the big question, will the perpetrator be brought to justice? And would lessons be learned? In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
With that, we are slipping into a very short break. News and updates on the other side. Stay tuned. Delhi Chief Minister Atishi on Monday responded to Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena's letter in which he expressed concern over Aam Aadmi Party Supremo Arvind Kejriwal, labeling her a temporary Chief Minister. The Delhi Chief Minister has hit back at the LG and has said instead of doing dirty politics, he should focus on the betterment of national capital. Now, ahead of the Delhi polls, Arvind Kejriwal promised an honorarium of 18,000 rupees per month for the priests who voted to power again, hitting out the BJP, in fact, and trying to, in fact, counter the BJP's Hindutva card with his own paperback version. Now, BJP has responded, questioning the timing of Arvind Kejriwal's announcement.
Hindutva factor enters the battle for Delhi even before polls are announced. Arvind Kejriwal promised an honorarium of rupees 18,000 per month for priests if voted to power again, hitting the BJP's Hindutva card with its own paperback version. The symbolism behind the choice of location, Rajiv Chowk's Hanuman Temple, for the launch of the scheme isn't lost on anyone. The temple has played quite a significant part in his political journey. Meanwhile, the BJP was quick to hit out at Kejriwal, calling this announcement a mere election stunt.
इस योजना के तहत मंदिरों में भगवान की पूजा करने वाले लोगों को पूजा करवाने वाले पुजारियों को और गुरुद्वारे में ग्रंथियों को हर महीने सम्मान राशि देने का प्रावधान है। ये देश में पहली बार हो रहा है। आज तक कभी किसी पार्टी, किसी सरकार ने ऐसा नहीं किया। इस योजना का कल से रजिस्ट्रेशन चालू होगा। कल इस योजना का रजिस्ट्रेशन एक तरह से शुभारंभ करने के लिए मैं कनॉट प्लेस के हनुमान मंदिर जाऊंगा।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी लगातार कई वर्षों से अरविंद केजरीवाल के घर का और इनके कार्यालय का घेराव कर रही थी मंदिर के पुजारी और ग्रंथियों के साथ कि आप खाली मौलवी और इमामों को वेतन दे रहे हैं, मंदिर के पुजारी और ग्रंथी को क्यों नहीं दे रहे। पर अरविंद केजरीवाल को उस समय कानों पे जू नहीं रहेंगी क्योंकि चुनाव सर पे नहीं थे। हम लोग कोर्ट में गए, 2022 में हमने एक पटिशन डाली, 2024 में भी डाली और अब 21 जनवरी को कोर्ट की तारीख है जहां अरविंद केजरीवाल को कोर्ट को बताना है कि इमामों और मौलवियों को मैंने 2013 से अब तक 58 करोड़ 30 लाख 90 हज़ार रुपये दिए हैं, उसमें मंदिर के पुजारी और ग्रंथी को क्यों नहीं दिए, उसका जवाब दो।
BJP is also questioning the timing of the announcement, raising the appeasement politics charge.
नहीं तो आप जब 10 साल आप नहीं दिए, 10 साल केवल मौलवी को देते रहे, पुजारी सड़कों पे चिल्लाते रहे, तो अब ऐसी स्थिति में आपके ऊपर जो गुस्सा है उस समाज का, अगर देना है तो पूरे 10 साल का जोड़ करके दो अभी।
Amid all the criticism from the opposition, Arvind Kejriwal has already started meeting the delegation of priests in Delhi.
It's a tall promise indeed, with Arvind Kejriwal now playing on the Hindutva pitch. But the big question is that will it actually turn out to be a game changer for the Aam Aadmi Party with the religious leaders, or will it backfire as the BJP claims? Now with camera person Kanan Patra, this is Ishka Verma for NDTV.
Argentina has charged 5 people over death of former One Direction singer Payne. The 31-year-old star died on October 16th after falling from the third-floor balcony of his hotel in Buenos Aires. Payne's manager, as well as the hotel's manager, receptionist, as well as Payne's friend, have been charged with manslaughter, Argentina's prosecutor's office has informed. While India entered 2024 with ties with Canada on rocks, relations took a sharp nosedive in the second half of the year after Ottawa linked several Indian diplomats, including High Commissioner Sanjay Verma, to the murder of Khalistani separatist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Take a look at how this year panned out in India-Canada relations.
Some say don't fear the enemy that attacks you, but the fake friend that hugs you. Through a series of baseless allegations, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has turned out to be that friend for India. India-Canada relations were already in a downward spiral when the Trudeau government came out with something that shook the foundations of the bilateral relations. In October, the Trudeau government named the then Indian High Commissioner to Canada, Sanjay Verma, and several other diplomats as persons of interest in the investigation into the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
It is obvious that the government of India made a fundamental error in thinking that they could engage in supporting criminal activity against Canadians here on Canadian soil, whether it be murders or extortion or other violent acts. No country, particularly not a democracy that upholds the rule of law, can accept this fundamental violation of its sovereignty.
Rejecting the claims, India said that Trudeau's hostility to India has long been in evidence, and his government has consciously provided space to violent extremists and terrorists to harass, threaten and intimidate Indian diplomats and community leaders in Canada. Verma, now withdrawn by New Delhi, has accused Trudeau of wrecking the bilateral ties and reiterated that the Canadian government's allegations are politically motivated. The controversy first erupted in September 2023 when Trudeau linked the Indian government to the killing of Nijjar. New Delhi had termed the allegations absurd and politically motivated. A month later, Canada pulled out 41 diplomats from India and also halted its visa and consular services. Cut to April, slogans of Khalistan Zindabad were raised in the presence of Trudeau at a Khalsa Day event. In July, a temple in Canada's Edmonton was allegedly vandalized by pro-Khalistan activists.
India has repeatedly said that Canada has not been able to present any evidence to back its claims over Nijjar's killing. In fact, Trudeau himself contradicted his strong claims by saying this.
Their asks of us was, well, how much do you know? Give us the evidence you have on this. And our response was, well, it's within your security agencies. You should be looking into how much they know. You should be engaging. It's, oh, no, tell us what you know. Show us the evidence. And at that point, it was primarily intelligence, not hard evidentiary proof.
The hullabaloo around the whole controversy has deeply affected Trudeau's popularity. Consider this. According to a survey, nearly 40% of Canadians feel that the Trudeau government hasn't properly handled the bilateral relationship with India. To add salt to the wound, the poll also found out that 39% of Canadians believed that ties wouldn't improve till Trudeau was a Prime Minister. International diplomacy is not the only frontier where Trudeau seems to be struggling, as he's faltering inside his own territory as well. His Liberal Party looks set to lose power early next year after more than 9 years in office. The Prime Minister is under increasing pressure from dozens of his own legislators to step down and let someone else take over. Voter fatigue as well as anger over high prices and a housing crisis seem to be driving the discontent towards the embattled leader. Trouble from within the party came to the fore when his deputy and the then finance minister resigned this month, citing differences in opinion over fiscal policies. That's not all. There's also a Donald Trump factor in the mix, as the incoming US president has threatened to slap 25% tariffs on all goods imported from Canada unless the country stops illegal immigration into the country. This friction against Trudeau seems to have benefited one person in particular, Pierre Poilievre. Polls suggest that the opposition leader is a preferred choice of Prime Minister, with many Canadians believing Trudeau should resign.
The Canadian Prime Minister seems to be on borrowed time. The clock is ticking away faster each day. The question that remains is how long he can delay the inevitable of vacating his chair. A chair that seems to be riddled with thorns. This is Vishal Vivek for NDTV World.
Drone visuals from Sri Ranganathaswamy Temple, Sri Rangam Trichy, which has been decorated on the occasion of Vaikuntha Ekadashi. As a part of their foundation's blanket drive, 60,000 blankets are needed. Help saves lives. In fact, blankets can be dropped off at this location on your screen at this moment to their foundation, D233, Sarvodaya Enclave, New Delhi, 110017. It's terribly cold out there. Do your bit. If you have an extra blanket, donate today.